What if I told you that the gold furniture alone in one person's home is worth $800 million? No, I'm not talking about a museum or a palace. I'm talking about a single Saudi prince's private collection. And until now, no one has seen these images. Today, I'm taking you inside one of the wealthiest families in the Gulf region. From gold furniture to pure gold bathrooms, from multi-million-dollar sculptures to secret rooms no one knows about, you'll see everything. But first, let me ask you this. Does this much wealth really exist? The answer will surprise you. Riyadh, the capital of Saudi Arabia. From the outside, you see modern buildings reaching toward the sky, shopping centers, and highways. But in the northern part of the city, there's a compound surrounded by high walls. Even in satellite images, this place can't be clearly identified. It's the home of one of the youngest and most ambitious members of the royal family. I won't mention his name, because this person rarely appears in the media. No Instagram account, no paparazzi photos. But inside Saudi Arabia, everyone knows him, because his grandfather was one of the founders of the oil empire. His father is one of the most powerful advisors in today's royal structure, and he decided to spend his inherited fortune on a completely different passion: gold. In 2015, at a private auction in Switzerland, an 18th-century gold candelabra went up for sale. The estimated price was $2 million. But when the bidding started, something unexpected happened. A buyer on the phone line immediately raised the bid to $8 million. No one could counteroffer. The candelabra was sent to Riyadh, and this was just the beginning. When you step inside from the main entrance of the palace, the first thing you see isn't marble flooring. Thin gold strips laid over white marble create geometric patterns. Each strip is only a few millimeters thick, but the weight of gold used across 120 square meters totals 85 kilograms. This is just the entrance hall. On the right side, there's a massive staircase. Its railings are made of pure gold. But when I say this, don't think gold-plated. No, these are cast gold. Small gold figures are carved into the edge of each step. Lions, eagles, motifs from Arabic calligraphy. This staircase took 4 years to make, because each figure was handcrafted. When you climb up, a long corridor greets you. There are paintings on the walls. But these aren't ordinary paintings. Each one was specially made for this prince by Europe's most famous artists. And the frames? You guessed it, gold. But not just for decoration. Some of these frames are original pieces purchased from the 19th century French palaces. One is said to have come from the Palace of Versailles. Price, $6 million. At the end of the corridor, there are double doors. Each door is 3 meters high and, yes, inlaid with gold. When you open the doors, the view that greets you is beyond words. A 150 square meter salon. The chandelier hanging from the ceiling alone is worth $40 million. Made from 24-karat gold, it features over 2,000 crystal stones. But that's not the shocking part. What's truly incredible is the gold sofa set in the center of the salon. These sofas don't look like normal sofas, because they're not. The legs, armrests, even the frame of the seating area are made of cast gold. The cushions are woven from silk with gold thread patterns embroidered on them. This 8-piece set was specially designed in Italy in 2017. Cost, $28 million. But here's the interesting part. No one sits on these sofas, because they were not for use, they're for display. When the prince shows this salon to his guests, he takes them to another room. This salon is just an entrance display. On the salon walls are massive mirrors. Each one is handmade, brought from Venice, but their frames are gold again, and not just plain gold, embossed. They feature designs inspired by Ottoman motifs. Each of these mirrors weighs 1.5 tons and is mounted to the wall with special steel brackets. When you pass through the main salon and enter through another door, you reach the dining room. This isn't where the family eats private meals. This is a protocol room designed for hosting state guests. In the center of the room is a massive table for 24 people. The table surface is a single piece of marble, but the edges are bordered with gold strips. The candelabras, vases, fruit bowls on the table, all gold and all historical. The most striking piece is an 18th century gold vase standing in the center of the table. This vase is one of the pieces purchased at that mysterious auction in 2019. It bears the French royal coat of arms. According to the story, this vase once sat in Marie Antoinette's bedroom. Purchase price, $12 million. The chairs around the table are also custom-made. Each backrest is carved wood but covered with gold leaf. The seating areas are covered with silk cushions, and each chair leg has silver accent details. The cost of just one of these chairs is $400,000. But there's an even more interesting detail: the dinnerware. The prince commissioned a special porcelain set to be used in this salon. German brand Meissen produced a custom 120-piece set. Each plate has gold gilding around the edge and hand-painted miniature designs in the center. Total value, $3 million. Now we come to the most interesting part of the story. Behind the dining salon, there's a hidden door. This door looks like a normal wall, but when you press on it lightly, it slides open and reveals a corridor behind it. Very few people have seen this corridor, because it leads to the prince's private collection room. What's inside? Get ready. The room is approximately 80 square meters. Custom-made display cases line the walls. Inside each case, a different gold artifact is displayed. Some are antique, some are modern, but they all have one thing in common: their incredible value. In the first case is an Ottoman-era gold dagger. Its handle is adorned with precious stones, and its sheath is embossed gold. This dagger was reportedly in Sultan Selim II's private collection in the 16th century. How did it get here? No one knows for sure, but its estimated value is $18 million. In the second case is a gold watch, but not an ordinary watch, a pocket watch made in London in the 1820s. It has diamond engravings, and its mechanism still works. This watch once belonged to one of the Indian Maharajas. Sale price, $9 million. In the third case stands the most surprising piece, a gold mask. This mask was brought from Egypt, and according to some sources, may date back to the Pharaoh era. But there's no definite information on this because the prince hasn't shared any information about the mask's origin. Estimated value, $25 million. At the very end of the room is a massive safe. Its door is steel, but with gold inlaid designs on it. No one knows what's inside. Even his closest advisors haven't seen inside this safe. Some say there's a massive diamond collection inside. Others claim more valuable things are hidden: historical documents, royal seals, even artifacts from ancient caliphs. When you leave the collection room and go upstairs, you reach the private quarters. Here are the prince's own living spaces, and the most talked about place, the golden bathroom. Rumors have circulated for years about this bathroom. Some think it's an exaggeration, but when you learn the truth, you're shocked. When you open the bathroom door, you're greeted by a 50 square meter space. The floor is Italian marble. The walls are white onyx stone. But what's truly dazzling is the tub standing in the center. This tub is made entirely of pure gold. Yes, you heard that right. Cast gold tub. It weighs 180 kilograms. The inside is coated with a special lining, so the gold isn't damaged when filled with water. This tub took 2 years to make and was produced in a special workshop in Italy. Cost, $42 million. The faucets next to the tub are also gold. The sink is gold. The mirrors have gold frames. Even the towel racks are gold. The only thing in this bathroom that's not gold is probably the toilet paper. But the most interesting detail is on the bathroom ceiling. A special system has been installed there. When you press a button, thin gold leaf flakes fall from the ceiling. Yes, literally a golden rain. This system is just for show, but it's a special detail the prince uses to impress his guests. At the back of the palace is a huge garden. This is an area the public can't see. Only special invitees can enter. And in this garden is something truly incredible: a gold sculpture collection. At different points in the garden stand a total of 17 gold sculptures. Some are abstract art pieces, some are animal figures, and some are human forms. The largest is a 4-meter-tall lion sculpture, standing upright, mouth open, as if roaring. This sculpture was made by a modern artist. but the material used is exactly 220 kilograms of pure gold, value $14 million. In another corner is a calmer piece, a seated woman figure. This sculpture represents 19th century European art, originally made in bronze, but the prince commissioned a special order to transform it entirely into gold. Result, an $8 million art piece. In the center of the garden is a pool, and rising from the pool's center is a gold fountain. The channels through which the water flows pass through gold pipes. At the top of the fountain is a large gold bird figure, wings spread as if rising toward the sky. This fountain is illuminated with special lights at night, and the gold reflections dance on the water's surface. Now you might be wondering, how did he collect so much gold? The answer is simple: money, connections, and obsession. The prince started this collection in the early 2000s. At first, he saw it as just a hobby, a few antique pieces, a couple of paintings. But then this passion got out of control. He made private deals with auction houses around the world. He even purchased some pieces before they went to auction. When old aristocratic families in Europe faced financial difficulties, the prince's advisors immediately stepped in. Special offers were made, and often these offers were too high to refuse. An example: in 2018, a small aristocratic family in England faced a financial crisis. They had to sell a gold candelabra set that had been kept in their home for generations. The prince's team sprang into action as soon as they heard the news. 2 days before the official auction, they made a private offer, $10 million. The family accepted. The candelabras were sent to Riyadh. This is just one example. There are dozens more similar transactions. The prince is collecting, piece by piece, the items sold by Europe's old wealthy. And his collection grows every year. So how is such a valuable collection protected? The answer: military-level security. A special security team on duty 24 hours surrounds the palace. Not just security guards, but armed soldiers are also present. The palace is surrounded by high walls, and the walls have infrared cameras, motion sensors, and night vision systems. Inside, each room is protected by a separate alarm system. The collection room's door opens with a biometric system. It can only be opened with the prince's fingerprint and iris scan. There are even rumors that beneath the collection room's floor is another hidden underground chamber. The most valuable pieces are stored there. And only the prince and his 2 closest advisors know the location of that room. Security isn't just physical. Every person working in the palace undergoes a background check before starting work. No servants can enter the collection room. Even cleaning is done by a special team, and each time, security cameras record it. Of course, this much ostentation doesn't go without criticism. On social media, some activists say this wealth should be shared with the people. Questions are asked like, how can there be poverty in the country when there's this much gold? But the prince doesn't respond to these criticisms, because in the Saudi system, the royal family cannot be criticized. The press is controlled, and such news only appears in foreign media. Inside Saudi Arabia, there's almost no news about this collection. Some historians bring a different criticism. These pieces should be in museums, in places where the public can see them. Because some artifacts truly have historical value. Pieces like the Ottoman dagger and Egyptian mask can actually be considered cultural heritage. But because they are in a private collection, no one can see them. Still, the prince isn't considering selling his collection. On the contrary, he adds new pieces every year. In 2023, he purchased a 17th century gold mirror at an auction in Paris. Price: $7 million. So is this collection unique in the world? Actually, no. There are other wealthy individuals in the Gulf region with similar collections. One of the UAE's former leaders has a similar passion for gold. His collection focuses more on weapons, gold swords, daggers, rifles. In Qatar, another collector has turned entirely to modern art. He collects gold sculptures and contemporary artworks. But this prince's collection is one of the richest in terms of variety, because it includes antique pieces, modern art, and functional items. This mixed structure makes the collection special. What are the prince's future plans? According to rumors, he'll continue expanding the collection. In fact, some sources say he started collecting pieces from Asia as well. He's particularly interested in Chinese and Japanese antique gold items. An auction will be held in Tokyo in 2025. An Edo period gold sword will go up for sale. The prince's team is already in action. Additionally, the prince plans to open a special gallery to display his collection. Of course, this gallery won't be open to the public. Only invited guests will be able to enter. But still, this means the collection will be officially introduced for the first time. So there you have it, the Saudi prince's $800 million gold collection. From gold furniture to sculptures, from antique artifacts to modern art, everything is here. And this collection grows every day. Faced with such wealth, this question comes to mind. Does owning this much gold bring happiness? Perhaps for the prince, this is a passion, a pursuit. But looking from the outside, you see only one thing: the limitless passion of limitless wealth. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to see more videos like this, please hit that like button and let us know in the comments. See you in next time.